Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd. I'm your host, Mikey. I have a doily or a motif, whatever you want to call it here. I've just been playing with stitches and I wanted to figure out how to do Bavarian or the Catherine wheel stitch in a circle. And this is what I came up with. So I'm going to demonstrate today. I'm going to Christmatize this thing. I don't even know if that's a real word, but I'm going to be using my Red Heart Super Saver that you'll see on screen in the color called Spring Green. And then I have red, just like you see, cherry red, and then of course white. So I'm going to Christmatize this thing and make it my own. And we also have a diagram that is available for this as well. So I'm going to be showing you stitch by stitch. I need to do another real sample, so I might as well do it on camera and make it all Christmassy just for you. Let's begin. You'll use a 5mm size H crochet hook to begin as well. So let's begin with the color red. You can do any color that you feel like it and create a slip knot. And let's begin with the chain 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and slip stitch to the beginning chain to form the center ring. So pull through and through, and therefore you have the center ring ready to go for round number 1. Let's begin round number 1. Round number 1, I like a nice tight hole in the center. So in order to achieve that, I like to chain 1 first. So I don't ever do a chain 3 counts as a double crochet because it looks like sin. And so I'm going to now place 12 double crochet into the center. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Do make sure that you have 12 or your life is going to be a little rough. It won't even be me that's causing it either, it's yourself. So count the tops. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And slip stitch to the top of the first double crochet. If you went up over top of the straggler and buried it underneath, like a good crocheter would, just snip it. And if you didn't, just frog it to rip it out and redo it so that it does get stuck underneath, or just grab a tapestry needle and hide it that way. Let's begin round number 2. Okay, round number 2, we're going to do a beginning cluster. So how you do that is that you're going to chain 2. That will count as one leg of the cluster, and then you need to do a 2 together double crochet in the same stitch as the join. So wrap the hook and into the same stitch, pull through 2 and hold, and then do it again. So wrap the hook, same stitch, pull through 2 and hold. You'll only have 3 loops on the hook, pull through everything, and then chain 2 to move on. So you're gonna go 1 and 2, and in the next stitch right here, you're going to do a regular cluster. So that means that there's gonna be 3 legs, so wrap the hook and into the next stitch, pull through 2 and hold, and do it 2 more times. So it's okay, so in, pull through 2, and 1 more time. Okay, and then just pull through everything. Okay, pull through 2, chain 2, and then continue that around. So in, pull through 2, and do it 3 times. This is a cluster. It's also considered a 3 together double crochet as well. So then pull through all 4 loops and chain 2 to move on. Please do this all the way around. You should have 12 of these little bad boys by the time you get around, and I'll see you at the end of the round. I'm coming into my very last stitch and do my final cluster. Okay, pull through all 4 loops, and don't forget to chain 2 after it, and then just join it to the top of the first cluster that you started with. And that was round number 2. Let's begin round number 3. Let's begin number 3. 3 is probably the hardest round, just to make sure that you get the right stitch counts. You are looking for a specific number. So let's continue, and you are going to slip stitch into the next stitch. Okay, so what you're going to do then is that you are going to chain 1, and in the first space apply 3 single crochet. So we have 1, 2, and 3. This will open up the spacing. The next one will be 3. They're not all 3. So the next one is 3 single crochet. And then finally the next one, which is the third one, space, is going to have 4 single crochet in it. And that's your sequence. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so that was 1/4 of the circle done. So the next 2 are 3, and the next one has 4. I'll stay with you on camera. So the next space has 3. The next space also has 3. And then the next space has 4. And we're officially halfway around. Okay, start a fresh sequence. The next one is 3. Okay, the next one is 3. And the next one has 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And let's finish the final. Okay, so you should have only 3 spaces left, which I do. So the next one is 3. So 1, 2, and 3. The next one is 3. 1, 2, 3. And the very final space has 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have 3, which is, and 3, which is 6, plus another 4, which is 10. There's 4 pieces of the pie. So you should have a total of 40 single crochets that are going all the way around on this thing. And let's begin our next round. You can change colors anytime you want to. I'm kind of being strategic about it, but you can decide that for yourself. You're going to start off by chaining 3. So 1, 2, 3, and you're going to do a 4 together double crochet over the next 4 single crochet here. So wrap the hook and in, pull through 2 and hold. Move to the next one, wrap the hook into the next one, pull through 2 and hold. Wrap the hook, do the next one, pull through 2 and hold. Wrap the hook, next one, come through, pull through 2 and hold. You should see 5 loops on the hook. Okay, so the starting one that was the chain plus the 4 that you just did gives you 5. Yarn over, pull through all 5, and you have to get down to the next empty stitch here, and the only way to do that is to chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and you were going to slip stitch into that next empty stitch. So here's the sequence. You're going to have a total of 8 of these at the end, is that you're starting again, so you need to chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and over the next 4 stitches, you're going to do a 4 together double crochet. Once you see 5 loops done on there, you're done. So we'll just pull through everything. And to get down to the next slip stitch down here, you're going to chain 3 and slip stitch down. So just slip stitch there and start again. So chain 3, 4 together double crochet, chain 3 and slip stitch into the next one. So you're going to do this all the way around for this round, and I'll be right back. Doing the last one, pull through everything, and I need to get back down to here, and I need to slip stitch. So chain 3 and slip stitch to where it started. Okay, so you should end up with 8 petals, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Please continue now to the next round. Let's move on to round number 5. Right where you're sitting, you don't want to do any chain ones or slip stitches or anything like that. You want to go to where the stitches are looped together. Okay, this is a 4 together double crochet, so you're going to go right into the tops of those stitches. So when you go to start, you're going to start with 4 double crochet right into the top. Okay, it's the one that has the loop, so we have 1, 2. It's going to look like it's going to buckle too, so just be patient. Once you have 4 done, you're going to chain 1, which you're going to need in the future, and in the same one, another 4 double crochet. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Slip stitch to the next slip stitch and start again. So in the top of the next one right here, 4 double crochet. Once you get it the first time, you can see it and I'll pull it open. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Chain 1 and then another 4 into the same one. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then slip stitch into the next slip stitch. Okay, so you're going to do that all the way around, and so you'll basically have these fans, 4 double crochet, chain 1, 4 double crochet on the tops of each one of these 4 together, or 4 double crochet together stitches. Please do this all the way around for round number 5. Once you're on your last one here, the last double crochet, just slip stitch it to where you had started. Okay, so, and it keeps each one of these petals separate from each other. This is the end of this color. You can weave it in at the end of your project or any time you feel like it. And so you should still see only 8 of these petals. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're now going to continue with the new color with white as we continue into round number 6. Okay, round number 6 is when it turns into Bavarian. So it's a Catherine wheel stitch when it just, or a wheel stitch when it just uses the tops of the stitches, but we're going to use the back post, which creates the texture look. So we're going to just open this up and see the chain 1 space in any one of the petals. If you just have to pull it open, you'll see it. There it is there. So we're just going to slip stitch ourselves into that space. So it's never going to be a single crochet, it's always a slip stitch. Put the tail behind their work. To get this to stretch out to what you need it to be, you need to chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You need to do an 8 together double crochet. So you're going to use the first 4 of this one and then the first 4 of these ones. Okay, so it's going to sink in and fill in the space. So it's going to be a back post double crochet. So wrap the hook, come into the post from behind and grab the first post only. Yarn over, pull through 2 and hold it. So you want to do the other 3 in that same petal the same way. So wrap the hook, come to your next post from behind, take it back behind, pull through 2 and hold. Make sure that you're grabbing the entire post and not a section of the post because it will be very obvious. Okay, so if you grab, for example, let's just accidentally make a mistake, and if I only grab a portion of it instead, what happens is that when you go to look at it, see it looks like it's missing, or it could just be partially showing because I never grabbed the entire post. So make sure you are grabbing the entire post. So once you get the first 4 of these posts, then you want to move on to the first 4 of this one right here. So starting down here, wrap the hook, start with the first double crochet that's going up, pull through 2 and hold, do your next one. Takes a bit of getting used to doing back post work. Okay. And so if you're doing an 8 together double crochet, there's going to be a total of 9 loops on the hook. And I'm doing my last one because the space is next. So it means it's the end of that grouping of 4 going up. So I haven't counted yet, but there should be a total of 9. So 2, 4, 6, 8, and 9. Yarn over, pull through everything. So all 9 loops. And then you were going to chain 5. So we started with chain 5, we're going to finish with chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then come into the next chain 1 space right here and slip stitch. And you're going to do this all the way around. I'll show you again. I'll just keep my mouth shut. So we're going to just chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 8 together, double crochet, using these 4 and the next 4 of the next petal. Okay, next 4 of this one. Daniel's moving around on the tractor. That's what you're listening to. Here in the north in Nova Scotia, it's June 10th today, 2025, and the weather is good enough to actually plant the gardens. The frost is pretty much behind. I know for you in the south it's long past. So how many loops should be here? Should be 9. So I have 5 and 4, gives you 9. Pull through everything. Chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and slip stitch to the next chain 1 space. And you're going to do this all the way around for this round, and I'll be right back in just a moment. I'm on my last one, and I have my last 9 that are here, and pull through everything. In order to get here, I got to chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and just slip stitch to the same spot that you started with. Okay, we're going to keep this color going as we move on to round number, I believe, number 7. Let's move on to number 7. If you just want to give it a good tug and just kind of open it up, you can. And we're going to begin. And this was really hard for me to be able to design. And what I realized that in this next round, it's going to be slightly different than what you're used to. So this is too far of a distance to use double crochet because we did a chain 5. So we need to start off with placing right where they are in together, like a wheel. It's going to be 2 trebles first. So we're going to start by wrapping the hook twice and going into that spot. So it's right where they're all connecting together. And we're going to treble. And we're going to do that once and then do it again. Okay. And in the same spot, now 2 double crochet. And this is 1/4 of a Bavarian stitch. So then chain 1 and then 4 more double crochets into the center point. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're not done. So that was the second portion of a Bavarian stitch. Chain 1, and we want to do the last section like this one here. So we're going to start off with 2 double crochet first. So 1, so it's like a mirror really, and 2, and then finally, in order to get to where we need to go, we need to make sure that we are doing 2 trebles. So we have 1 and 2. And right here, okay, so if you just pull things out, right here, the slip stitch is where you're going to slip. Okay, so this shape here will look like a box. So it looks like a coming up, flat, and then coming down. So let's do another section with you. So it's way over here. So you need to start off with 2 trebles in a row. This makes this stitch taller so we can reach. So So we got 1 and 2. So the Bavarian is always in groups of 4, so we need 2 double crochet to complete that 4. Chain 1 and then 4 double crochet. So this is the top flat part of that. And then chain 1. If you miss that chain 1, it's going to impact your work, so make sure you don't forget that. So it's like a mirror of this one, so we're going to do 2 double crochet to start. And then we're going to have 2 trebles into the same one. So Bavarian requires a lot of stitch work into holes. So we got 1 and 2. Okay, so you should have 4 stitches, chain 1, 4 stitches, chain 1, 4 stitches. And then right here is where you're going to slip stitch in. So slip where the other slip is in, and therefore you're going to be completing this, and you're filling in these these other areas to make it more round, and that's what you're going to do. Please do this all the way around. At the end of the round, slip stitch to the beginning slip stitch. Okay, this is the end of this color. Bavarian looks really cool if you can keep the colors really consistent, so the round-ish circles are kind of always a different color. I'm going to move back to the color red as we progress into round number 8. Let's move on to number 8. We have 2 things going on at the same time for this round. We need to build out like we did with this one, and we need to build inward like we did right here. So we're going to start with the first space in one of these. Okay, so you have the 4 going up, you have a space, and then a space here, and then coming back down. So start right there with a slip stitch. You're going to chain 3, and this time, instead of doing a 4 together double crochet in the regular stitches, we want to do them in the back post only to keep it Bavarian looking. So the middle 4 are going to be a back post double crochet 4 together. So just coming to the first one, pull through 2 and hold. Do it again for the next one. So you're only worrying about picking up the 4. Okay, and the space is next. So you're going to have a total of 5 loops on the hook, pull through everything, and in order to get back to the space, you need to chain 3. So 1, 2, and 3. And then you were going to slip stitch in this chain 1 space. So now we have to sink down in, so it's going to be 8 together double crochet in the back posts only. So before you start though, you need to chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then start with the first one, so the first 4 here, and then the first 4 in this one. So wrap the hook, start and collect them. Back post double crochet, 8 together. So you've already done this before. Okay, so you got the first 4 here, and now you're going to grab the first 4 on this one. So I'm not really counting, I'm just looking to where the space is. When you're holding it in your hands, it looks more obvious. And so there's a space right here, and I can confirm, I can see 4, we're done. So there should be a total of 9 loops. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Pull through all 9. And in order to get to the next chain 1 space right here, you've got to chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then go right into the space. So when I was designing this, I tried chaining 3, I tried chaining 4, and the 5 is the best one for this continue to sit flat. So as you begin another section, you're going to do with what you did right in the start. You're going to chain 3 and then a 4 together, double crochet in the back post in the top section here. Okay. Okay, and so then we're going to continue that. There should be 5 loops on the hook. Pull through all 5, and in order to get to the next chain 1 space, you need to chain 3 to get there. And come on down and slip stitch. And then you're going to fill in the base here. So chain 5 to start. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and do the first 4 on this side and the first 4 on this side. Look for those spaces. If you like Harry Potter, look for my owl. So do the first 4. So you're doing an 8 together back post double crochet. And the cat is going to be in and out all day today, so I have to let her out after this clip, or let her in, sorry. Okay, and so you're collecting, and then you'll do the next 4. I don't even know if you guys ever hear the cat when I'm filming. It's usually because she's outside wanting back in. Okay, there should be 9 loops on the hook. Pull through everything. And then you gotta get to this chain 1 space right here. So in order to do that, you gotta chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and slip stitch to the next chain 1 space. So you're gonna do those steps going all the way around. So you're either building it out to make a corner, or you're filling the piece in to suck it back in. Please do this all the way around for round number 8. I'm on my last one, just coming around, and just chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and just slip stitch to where you had started. Okay, and let's begin the 9th round next. In the 9th round, we need to handle the ones that have the 4 together differently from the ones that are 8 together in order to get it to work out. So we just got to watch those. The ones that are 4 together are very easy. 4 double crochet, chain 1, 4 double crochet, and we slip stitch into the next slip. The ones that are here, 8 together here, there's going to be 2 trebles, 2 doubles, chain 1, 2 doubles, and 2 trebles, so we can get it to reach and expand into the circle. So let's begin. So right where you're sitting, just reach over to the top of the 4 together and apply 4 double crochets in there. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Chain 1, and then another 4 into the same one. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Slip stitch into the next slip stitch right here, and that will pull that around for you. And now the ones that are 8 together, because it's a longer distance, we're going to start off with 2 trebles into the center point of that 8 together and put in 2 trebles there. So we have 1 and 2, and then 2 doubles. Okay, so there's a total of 4 stitches so far. Chain 1, and then we do the same thing but in an opposite format. So we're going to do 2 doubles to start, same spot, and then 2 trebles. Okay, so that's done. So slip into the next slip. So let's just go through the sequence again. So in the one that has 4 together, you're going to start off right at the top where they're coming together, 4 double crochet. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 1, and then another 4 double crochet. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Slip into the next slip, and the next one is an 8 together that we have here. So we have to start off with 2 trebles to reach over. So if you do it the doubles, then what happens is it buckles, because I figured that out. And then the next 2 are 2 double crochet. So we can get it to rip around, and then chain 1 and do the opposite to what we just did. So we're going to start with 2 doubles, 2 trebles to finish. And then you are going to slip into the next slip. So I need you to repeat this all the way around, and the one is just a little bit bigger than the other, but it works out, and it's probably part of the styling as well. So let's see you at the end of this round, number 9. Finishing up the final one and just slip stitching it to where I had started. Okay, so now this is the end of this color. This pattern gets much easier now as we're completing off than going into a round circle from this point forward. So let's begin to do round number 10 in a moment. Let's begin round number 10. So I'm just going to start, and we are going to use single crochet now going forward. So you're going to attach to any one of the chain 1 spaces that are in any tops of the petals. It doesn't matter which one. So just attach, chain 1, and single crochet in. So it's a very easy round. You're going to chain 1, and when it dips down, you're going to chain 3, and when it dips down, it's a lot easier to handle. So 1, 2, 3, and you were going to attach a double crochet to the last slip stitch that's highest there. Okay, so make sure you get your stitch work and just double crochet. Chain 3 and single crochet into the next chain 1 space on the next petal. Chain 3, double crochet into the one coming down. So it's a single crochet that, or sorry, it's a slip stitch that's there, and then chain 3, go right into the chain 1 space of the next petal and single. So you're going to do that all the way around for round number 10. At the end of the round, after you've done the chain 3, you're just going to slip stitch to the first single crochet that you started with and move on to round number 11. Round number 11, here's a tip, that tail end, just kind of hold it with it, and you can get that stuck inside that so you don't have to weave it in later. So you're just going to chain up 1 and apply 1 single crochet into the single crochet. Each one of the spaces is only going to have 3 single crochets in it. So we have 1, 2, and 3. Go right to the space. Don't worry about finding each chain. So if it's a stitch, keep it a stitch, and if it's a chain, then just 3 singles in each. Okay. And just continue to do that all the way around. In the last space, of course, just do your 3 single crochet. We're going to continue this color for one more time and just slip stitch to the beginning single crochet. So we're going to get a little bit bigger, so we're going to have to do an expansion on the next round. Round number 12, here we go. We're going to chain up 1, and in the same space or stitch as the join, 2 single crochets there. It's an expansion. So the next 15 will be by itself. So we'll count these out together. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Once 15 are done, the next one is an increase. So there's 2 single crochets into that one. And then the next 15, and then 2, and then 15 and 2. And you'll do that all the way around for round number 12. Finishing up the round, slip stitch to the beginning, single crochet, and this is the end of this color. So we're going to continue with spring green for the next 2 rounds to finish off your motif. And I'll be right back in a moment. Let's begin lucky round number 13. With the yarn already on the hook, just choose any single crochet, it won't matter. And you are just going to attach and chain 2. This is a beginning double crochet cluster. Okay, there's only going to be 2 double crochets that make this cluster. So this is considered 1, and then in the same one, just double crochet in the same completely. So the chain 2 and that one equals a beginning double crochet cluster. Now to move around, you're going to chain up 1, skip the next stitch, and do a regular cluster, and it's just 2 double crochets that are together. So just going in and hold, wrap the yarn and in, same one, pull through 2 and hold. Once you see 3 loops, you're done. Pull through all 3 and then chain 1 to keep moving. Skip the next one, cluster into the next. Essentially it's a 2 together double crochet. But when it's using the same bottoms, it's usually called as a cluster. Pull through everything, chain 1 and skip the next one, and so on. Please do this around for round number 13. At the end of the round, make sure you chain 1 and slip stitch to the top of the first one that you did. So now we're going to move on to round number 14 to finish off today. To finish off round number 14, you need to slip stitch to the next chain 1 space, and then chain 1 and single crochet into the same space. Chain 3 and single crochet in the same space. So you're going to notice that it's kind of buckling up like a bowl. This stitch that we're about to do is going to lay it flat. So into the next space, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet. And what this is doing is that's opening up the stitches even wider, which will then create it to sit down. So next space, single crochet, chain 3, and single crochet. And you'll do that all the way around for round number 14. So I'm now finishing this up and just doing my last one. And we're going to slip stitch to the beginning. If you want a better look, it doesn't say this in the pattern, but that's more of experience. Just trim your yarn. Do not slip stitch it with this because you end up with a lump. So what I would like you to do, and only if it's up to you, just use this, and instead of slip stitching, just go in to from back to front and pull through. And to see where this is coming out of right here, go back down through the same hole and down towards the back of the project. And when you pull on it, it's going to pull it closer and make it look more consistent. So you can barely notice. So you're going to turn it to the back, and without reefing on it, so it's not going to change the shape, you're just going to go back and forth inside the stitch. It's better if you can separate the plies, not just go between strands, in order to have this done. And so with this other starting strand, because I did a beginning double crochet cluster, that's really not fastened in good enough. So you're going to want to put that in there. So when you weave it in, don't weave it through the white. That seems obvious, but some people do that. And just come in through the green only. Because you never know. Some genius might flip this upside down and check your work. You know, somebody like me. So we're going to just come in through there. And all your ends and dreams should be woven in. And this would be what this would look like. And it is sitting flat naturally. This puffs up a little bit. Just poke it down and you're good to go. That's it for now. We hope you've had a good day today. Bye-bye.